During my nephew's massage, what happened next was unbelievable. That morning, while I tended to the orchids in my greenhouse, I remained blissfully oblivious to the unforeseen journey that lay ahead of me. As I tenderly immersed my hands in the soil, a profound bond emerged with the roots of the bulbs I had just nestled in, cultivating them with love and purpose. All was serene and unremarkable, much like any other day, until an unexpected pain shot through my back. Unbeknownst to me, the events were unfolding around me, especially with my second nephew Logan making an unexpected appearance at that very moment. My greenhouse has forever served as a sanctuary, a haven of peace, ever since the loss of my husband, Thomas. It had become the sole refuge that genuinely nourished my soul, but on that day, an unsettling heaviness hung in the atmosphere. At 65, I frequently encounter the question, "Helen, how do you maintain such a youthful appearance?" In reality, it was nothing remarkable. I dedicated myself to cultivating my well-being, embracing a nourishing lifestyle, engaging in consistent movement, and maintaining a resolute commitment to keep the lively essence of the young woman within me flourishing. Yet, I cannot help but recognize that loneliness has intricately intertwined itself with the essence of my existence. Even as my beauty captivated those around me, a profound emptiness resided within, a void I found difficult to fill. As I delicately repositioned one of the bulbs, a sudden pang shot through my back. The moment was charged with such intensity and surprise that I relinquished everything I held. For a fleeting moment I shut my eyes, searching for comfort in the rhythm of my breath, yearning to soothe the persistent ache within, but it stood resolute. A weight draped over my shoulder, sending ripples through my back, leaving me frozen, ensnared in a fleeting moment of quietude. In an instant, I was wrapped in the soothing cadence of Logan's voice, a tender echo of connection in the stillness around me. "Helen, how do you find yourself feeling today? I trust this message finds you well." At 23, my nephew Logan possesses a commanding presence, his broad shoulders and muscular build accentuated by a striking face that could easily grace the pages of a magazine. His brown hair shimmered gently in the sunlight, while his watchful eyes reflected a profound concern as they locked onto mine. His presence was effortlessly captivating, ensnaring the attention of those nearby, even as he seemed oblivious to it. In that instant, it seemed as if all that lively essence was wholly dedicated to my welfare. I softly pointed to the area on my back where the discomfort was most pronounced. A weight seems to anchor me, making each step forward feel like an insurmountable challenge. Are you ready to embark on this adventure? This narrative carries profound significance. This is a voyage where limits dissolve, emotions blend, and silent truths hover like soft pleas for comprehension. Every moment holds the power to stir something profound within, challenging the limits of your comprehension. If this speaks to you, I would truly appreciate your subscription to my channel and activating notifications as a way to express your support. Logan softly inclined towards me. "Permit me to lend you my assistance," he softly proposed. As his substantial hand settled softly on my shoulders, an unexpected wave of warmth surged through me. "I am able to provide you with a massage," he proposed softly, "that it frequently offers solace." I discovered a hesitance within me, a reluctance to voice my thoughts. I remained receptive to any journey that could alleviate my pain. The unexpected depth of his touch resonated deeply within my heart. Logan, ever observant, recognized my discomfort and graciously offered a warm compress. His tenderness brought to mind the long stretch of time since anyone had cared for me with such softness. It is with a sense of vulnerability that I admit it has been years since I have felt this profound connection. His fingers, robust yet tender, danced lightly across my taut muscles. The pain slowly faded, replaced by a tender warmth that wrapped around me, calming my soul. The dormant silence within me, once neglected, had at last awakened with a gentle stir. A gentle breath slipped from my mouth. "Maybe it's a bit too deep, don't you think?" "Logan," I attempted to voice my thoughts, yet the words remained trapped, ensnared in a moment that appeared to extend infinitely. I discovered that I was unable to bring it to fruition. He too chose to remain silent. He persisted in extending his tender caress. His hands moved gracefully across my back, stirring a deep consciousness of every soft caress. In that moment, I felt a change taking place, awakening feelings inside me that I wasn't entirely prepared to confront, both disquieting and profoundly moving. Logan's hands glided over my back, applying a steady, reassuring pressure, each touch deliberate and anchoring. In that instant, as if attuned to the subtle change in the atmosphere, he halted and drew nearer, locking his eyes with mine. "Amelia, this is rather troubling," he remarked, his voice laced with genuine care and worry. "This location does not seem conducive to reaching a resolution. Come, let us convene by the inviting glow of the fireplace. The gentle warmth will envelop you, and I shall bring some cream to tenderly caress your back. We must cultivate this situation collaboratively." For a fleeting instant I hesitated, but the burden of my anguish softly steered my decision. In a brief pause to collect my thoughts, he extended his hand, a gentle gesture of support to assist me in standing once more. "Take your time," he gently advised, his reassuring hand enveloping mine. His embrace enveloped me with an unexpected warmth, a profound intimacy that had long been missing from my existence. As we entered the warm embrace of the flickering flames, Logan cast a gentle golden glow throughout the space. A gentle warmth enveloped me, soothing the tension inside and providing a fleeting sense of peace. Logan delicately spread a blanket across the floor, his inviting gesture exuding a warmth that was both soothing and reassuring. "You might want to find a more comfortable position to stretch your back," he suggested, his serious gaze softened by a touch of uncertainty. "A soothing cream awaits, one that might assist Pochinta in easing those tense muscles." I nestled into my seat, surrendering to the comforting embrace of the fire's glow, as Logan tenderly warmed the cream in his hands. The soft caress of his hand upon my shoulders drew forth a sigh from the depths of my being, a sound I had not realized I was suppressing. "Inhale deeply," he whispered softly. "Soon the weight will begin to lift." Each tender caress of his hand appeared to go beyond simple physical comfort, delving into the very depths of my soul. He was delicately revealing a facet of my being that I thought I had buried deep within the past. As his fingers glided softly across my back, my thoughts wavered between lucidity and uncertainty. Logan's touch transcended mere comfort. It stirred something profound within me. For an instant, a flicker of doubt stirred within me, but the burden of the pain was all-consuming. I discovered a willingness to accept the circumstances without a moment's pause. Logan gently took hold of my arm, helping me rise to my feet with a delicate caress. "Take your time," he gently advised, his reassuring hands enveloping me in a warmth that was both protective and tender. A soothing aura of security wrapped around me. Caring for this young man enveloped me in a warmth of intimacy that had long eluded my grasp. Upon entering the house, the dancing flames of the fireplace illuminated the space with a soft, warm orange glow, wrapping us in a soothing embrace. The soft crackle of the fire and the enveloping warmth of the room instilled an instant tranquility within me. Logan softly spread a blanket across the floor, extending a warm invitation for me to rest. "You ought to discover a method to alleviate your back in a manner that brings you greater comfort," he proposed, his expression serious, yet softening with a tender warmth. "I also brought some cream. It will gently soothe those muscles." I found my place, embraced by the soothing warmth that enveloped me, while Logan delicately dispensed the cream into his palms, rubbing them together to coax it into a gentle heat. The soft caress of his hands on my shoulder left me breathless, a moment that was both surprising and profoundly moving. "Inhale deeply," he whispered softly, "soon all will be well." With each tender caress, I felt a transformation stirring within me. His hands provided me with more than mere physical solace. They awakened feelings within me that had long remained buried. As his fingers glided behind me, a wave of tranquility enveloped my thoughts, even as they began to weave together in unforeseen patterns. Logan's touch was tender and comforting, creating a deep bond that echoed through both the physical and emotional realms. "Text, I can feel the tension in your muscles," he said, his voice imbued with a soothing warmth that enveloped me. "Amelia, it appears you are shouldering quite a burden at the moment, with the greenhouse and the various tasks around the house demanding your attention. One must not forget the significance of self-care." I sought to uncover a deeper understanding within my own being. "The greenhouse stands as my refuge, Logan. Without it, I comprehend," he spoke softly, his touch growing more delicate, yet it also stirred my worries. His words lingered in my mind, a puzzle I struggled to piece together. I questioned whether I grasped their true significance or if I merely stood on the precipice of understanding, reluctant to accept the reality they conveyed. In that moment, his hands softly descended along my back, perpetuating the calming massage. The soft caress of his hand melted away my unease, while underneath, he skillfully spun a tangled tapestry of feelings. The intimacy I experienced with him enveloped me in warmth, but it simultaneously awakened a profound anxiety deep within my soul. "Logan," I finally uttered, my voice trembling gently. "Your support holds immense significance for me," I grasped. His voice expressed, softer this time. "All will be well, just inhale deeply, Amelia." His words echoed profoundly, imbued with a significance that went beyond simple counsel. With every fleeting second, his presence approached, radiating warmth and light, reminiscent of the soft dance of firelight. Logan's hands softly traced the contours of my back. With every tender touch, a wave of tension melted away, but an unfamiliar restlessness began to awaken inside me. His warmth surrounded me, slowly permeating my being, steadfast in its existence. In that instant, my mind clouded over, and a subtle struggle started to emerge within me. "Amelia," I implored softly, seeking to grasp my own tranquility, though it seemed perpetually elusive. As his tender hands moved gracefully down, approaching my shoulders, I sensed my heart race with a blend of eagerness and comfort. On one side lay the reassuring presence of Logan, while on the other, the delicate boundaries that time had softly crafted between them. In that instant, a soft yet commanding voice within me started to echo, compelling me to pay attention. "Amelia, this marks the arrival of your second nephew, and it may be prudent to reflect on your role in this matter." The fireplace emitted a soft radiance that enveloped the room, fostering a sense of comfort. However, as moments slipped by, that very warmth started to become stifling. As I observed Logan tenderly brush the sweat from his brow, my eyes instinctively wandered toward him. In that moment, the fabric of his shirt softly rose, unveiling the shapes of his sun-kissed skin, bathed in the warm glow of the fire, echoing the essence of a classic masterpiece. In that instant, the feelings that washed over me were nearly ineffable. Years had passed since I experienced such a profound bond with another soul. "The heat is intense," Logan remarked, taking a step back and easing the window open. "I am here to assist you in finding a greater sense of ease." His tone was buoyant, but the fervor in his gaze ensnared me completely. In that instant, our eyes locked in a silent connection. "Amelia, you are radiating warmth," he said, his voice soft but unwavering. "Perhaps contemplating a shift could prove beneficial. I would be delighted to help you with that." It seemed as if my words were ensnared, struggling to escape their confines. I contemplated restraint, yet the warmth surrounding me and the ambience felt ever more consuming. I softly discovered my position, permitting myself to fully welcome the present. Logan softly knelt beside me, his fingers gliding over the fabric of my shirt with a delicate curiosity. His warm hands softly caressed my skin, forging a tender bond that hung in the atmosphere. The caress ignited a tremor within me, not born of chill, but from a warmth that enveloped me in profound solace. I slipped into a cozier sweater in the adjacent room, feeling a wave of gratitude for Logan's unwavering patience and support, setting it aside with gentle consideration. In that instant, the air around us felt laden with unexpressed feelings. For a fleeting instant, his eyes held mine, a wordless bond, before he quickly turned away. Even so, I could feel the chaos those glances ignited within me. No sight of his face required. "Amelia," Logan spoke, his voice now imbued with a deeper, softer resonance than it had held previously. "Do you find yourself feeling a touch more relaxed now?" "I believe so," I replied, my voice quivering with feeling. The words I uttered scarcely masked the tempest that surged inside me. The heat was not just a physical sensation. It was the gentle warmth emanating from Logan's presence that enveloped me entirely. "Come," Logan said softly, extending his hand. "How about we relocate to the sofa? I can feel that this environment doesn't quite resonate with you." I softly grasped his hand. The moment our fingers grazed, a spark flared within me, a feeling I hadn't known in ages. As he tenderly helped me to my feet, his unwavering hold offered a comforting reassurance. In that ephemeral instant, Logan's innate urge to shield emerged, a tender and instinctual facet of his very essence. The fears that resided within me began to fade away. Upon arriving at the sofa, he ushered me to take a seat with a tender gesture. He took his place beside me almost instantly, yet he was mindful to maintain a pleasant space between us. Still, the tension in the room persisted, an unwelcome guest that would not depart. An unvoiced comprehension hung in the air between us, a depth that seemed too intricate to express. As our eyes locked, a tempest of feelings surged within me, a delicate battle to uncover clarity within the profound depths of his gaze. Yet, it was impossible to overlook the weight of our emotions, which felt especially profound this evening. As we nestled into our seats, a serene hush surrounded us, occasionally interrupted by the soft crackle of the fire. My heart raced within me, a rhythm so powerful it seemed capable of resonating through the stillness. Logan, sitting next to me, possessed an uncanny ability to sway my thoughts and emotions, merely through the gentle cadence of his breathing. The closeness to him ignited a swirl of anxiety within me, yet an unmistakable calmness lingered in its wake. In that ephemeral instant our eyes met, forging a wordless bond that hung in the atmosphere. His gaze held a certain depth, a mixture of curiosity and perhaps something even more profound that hung in the air between us. Within that closeness, the gaze he possessed was unmistakable, deep and powerful, yet gentle in its warmth. In that moment, it felt as though time had come to a standstill. Logan extended his hand with a soft grace, closing the distance that lay between us. As his fingers grazed against mine, a soft tremor swept through my being. In the absence of words, the silence conveyed a profound message. His eyes rested on my lips for a fleeting moment, and in that brief pause, the world around us transformed. He leaned in softly, as though cherishing the fleeting connection we shared. His presence was so close that I could sense the warmth of his breath brushing against my skin. The storm within has settled. A veil of neutrality draped over all that existed. In that instant, it was merely the soothing warmth of Logan's gaze and the reassuring closeness he provided. I softly shut my eyes and leaned in a fraction closer to him. In that fleeting instant when our gazes intertwined, a profound comprehension enveloped us. Not of love but of collective suffering. In the stillness of our connection, two souls acknowledged the silent struggles that bind us, enveloping us in a moment of suspended embrace. The first touch was soft, affectionate, and filled with wonder. In just a fleeting instant, that softness transformed into a depth that resonated with greater significance. His warmth wrapped around me, his breath a soft murmur, and the touch of his lips was like a moment frozen in time, floating away from everything else that existed. The isolation I experienced, coupled with the deep-rooted anxieties and desires that stirred within me, appeared to merge with his presence in a remarkably profound manner. In that instant, it seemed to transcend the simplicity of a mere kiss. It was the revelation of feelings long suppressed, unexpressed yearnings, and perhaps a bond that had subtly endured just out of sight. As the kiss deepened, his hands gently caressed my cheeks, a tender touch that lingered in the air. My hands softly traced the contours of his shoulders. The warmth of his skin radiated into my hands, forging a soothing bond between us. Ultimately, we discovered that we were separating, yet still united in our departure. As our eyes met, the cadence of our breaths might have varied, yet the bond we held echoed with an unmistakable power. A thought lingered in my mind, uncertain yet undeniably present. This evening, the very threads that bind us will undergo a significant transformation. In the moments that followed the kiss, I found myself catching my breath, feeling a mix of emotions swirling within me. My heart raced, as if it were on the verge of bursting from my chest. As I looked into Logan's eyes, I felt a deep question mingled with a sincere desire. In that instant, a deep tranquility wrapped around my mind. My heart and body now take the reins in shaping my decisions. Indeed, I whispered gently, my voice trembling, yet my feelings were undeniably evident. My emotions for you are profound, and I sincerely wish for your joy. As I spoke, a fragment of my being seemed to fracture within me. In a fleeting moment of clarity, the burdens of loneliness and the fears I had clung to for ages started to fade away. The essence of our experience lay in the bond we forged, fully immersed in the now, precisely as fate intended. Logan's expression briefly transformed, showcasing a flicker of surprise before a soft smile gradually spread across his face. The gaze he offered was imbued with a tender warmth that wrapped around me entirely. "I love you too, Amelia," he said, his voice a soft caress of warmth and reassurance. "I've been holding back for so long, but I find it increasingly difficult to do so. My emotions for you are profound, and I genuinely yearn to intertwine my existence with yours." His words enveloped me, soft yet deeply resonant. Each word echoed profoundly in my soul. Logan gently cupped my face in his hands, drawing nearer to me once more. In this moment, a serene assurance enveloped the atmosphere. We both recognized our desires buried within us, in a manner that resonated with depth and significance. As his lips met mine again, the intensity of our emotions surpassed any words we might convey. This moment signified a pivotal turn in my journey. Logan's presence envelopes one in a soothing warmth, while his words echo with profound significance. Despite the swirl of uncertainties that envelopes me, I never envisioned that I would find myself hesitating at this juncture. I had not stopped anything in its tracks. I discovered myself completely enveloped by the tide of my feelings. Beside the crackling fire, we nestled in cozy blankets, allowing the profound silence to resonate more than any spoken word. As I lay there, breathless and entwined with Logan, a soft smile played upon his lips, illuminating the moment with warmth. As I looked up at the ceiling, I was struck by the echoes of our shared moments lingering in the air. The shirts and pants scattered across the floor serve as a silent testament to the moments we once shared. The night wrapped around me like a tender caress, blurring the lines of reality into a surreal reverie. Logan turned to me, his enchanting smile lingering, a soft echo of the warmth we had between us. His hand gently brushed against my cheek, his thumb resting on my lips for a fleeting moment. Less than, Amelia, greater than, he said gently, his voice imbued with warmth and reassurance. Nothing could persuade me to exchange this moment for anything else in existence. With a heart overflowing with lingering emotions, I approached him and spoke in a voice steeped in gratitude. Less than, I hold you in high regard, Logan. It had been quite some time since I felt such a deep sense of solitude. Yet you, with your vibrant allure and captivating presence, surpassed all expectations, leaving me momentarily taken aback, as sincerity and gratitude unexpectedly glimmered in my gaze. Logan's lips curved softly, a warm and inviting smile unfurling across his face. Amelia, your beauty radiates in a way that is simply unparalleled. More than just a surface observation, Draina, he remarked, I am alluding to something far deeper. Your presence envelopes me in a distinct warmth and fosters a deep connection. Your warmth and authenticity provide me with solace and encourage me to fully accept myself. He possessed an undeniable allure, the cadence of his voice weaving a spell, while the warmth of his touch left an indelible mark on my thoughts. The experience resonated deeply within me, leaving a lasting impression that I longed to cherish forever in my heart. Less than, I needed you, Logan, greater than, I spoke with genuine feeling. Fewer than, and you stand by my side. My desires could not have reached beyond this. With a tender smile, Logan's fingers grazed the edge of the sheets, relishing a fleeting moment of serene connection. I intend to frequent this place, Amelia, beginning now. Greater than, whenever you need me, I'll be here, he said, his voice imbued with a gentle warmth and steadfast assurance. In the quiet of your presence I find solace, cherishing these ephemeral moments we share, transcending all else. In that instant I felt a subtle change, as though a fresh chapter was poised to emerge in my life. The weight of yesteryears and the loneliness they brought were slowly fading away. With Logan beside me, I felt an overwhelming sense of trust and serenity enveloping us. I softly closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and leaned a little closer to the soothing warmth he exuded. This night signified the beginning of a new chapter in my life, the first strides on a path yet to unfold, and the profound understanding that I was no longer solitary carried an immeasurable worth. I sincerely hope my narrative struck a chord with you. This journey has unfolded into a truly remarkable experience, and it fills me with joy to share it with you. If you find yourself captivated by tales such as this, think about subscribing to remain engaged. Activate notifications to be among the first to unveil the arrival of a new episode. Your encouragement through likes and comments genuinely warms my heart. Your reflections and emotions strike a profound chord within me, igniting inspiration for my own path. Your support motivates me to share my thoughts with greater openness. I truly appreciate it, and I eagerly anticipate unveiling the next chapter alongside you.